Welcome back. Greetings. How are you all doing? Normally I've clicked past this by now. However, I'm just still over here looking at this 10,000 and this 8,942 we have and thinking to myself, there's like actually no chance we make rent, right? So like I'm gonna get evicted, I imagine. It does say, or you'll be evicted. So I'm probably gonna get evicted, but it might be tight. We'll see. I probably should have just not bought the poster and saved, but who knows? Anyway, you've been talking a lot with that Alma girl. Jealous? You jealous of Alma, cat? You don't like how much time I'm spending with her, you weird cat? Let's ignore our impending despair and just read some forums. Any tip for a new friend in this wonderful land? Oh boy. Self-deprecating thread? Don't trust in white knights and don't go out after 5 p.m. unless you want to get mugged or murdered. Or both. Or both. How bad is this city? We go out that late all the time. Bring a portable chair everywhere. You'll have to line up for flour, lol. Yikes. Get used to eat what you find. Shortages are getting out of hand. I've been eating rice with butter for months now. But I guess it could be worse. I mean, it could be better. Yes, it could be worse. You could be starving. But it could also be better. I'm just saying. Just because it could be worse doesn't mean that the situation is good. Don't jinx it, please. I have enough as it is. So, coming here was a mistake. Why would you come here anyway? Visiting family, but now I want to take them out. Do it while you can. Get out. Yeah, airlines are leaving the city, lol. Soon we won't even be able to escape. Can I get some weed in this crap hole somewhere? Yeah, I just PM'd you a good dealer. Yikes, this is dire. Holy shit. Unless I'm mistaken, my grandpa lived here before they turned it into Glitch City. Whew, alright. Let's look at some augmented eye. Hopefully there's something. Ooh, great headline. Birth rates decrease as the youth prefers Lilum Company. Oh my god. By Lana Smithy. At the beginning of the century, the idea that people would rather be with robots instead of other humans was treated as a joke, right? Haha, funny joke. But the reality is that the convenience of these kinds of relationships have become immensely popular amongst Glitch City's youth, to the point where birth rates are beginning to decrease at an alarming rate. Annie Mae, a 17-year-old student, agrees with the general sentiment. It's just so much better than dealing with other people, you know? You can just make your own perfect partner. Oh, and sex is amazing. Don't even get me started. It's expected that new regulations will soon be announced to address the situation. I have so many gripes with this article. Namely, the fact that apparently you can just design your own Lilum, who are, don't get me wrong, they are people. We have spoken with Lilum, they are people. I'm not gonna broke any opposition on this. It's so much better than dealing with other people. They're just like robots with their own personality, and their own thoughts and free will, but they're not like other people. You know, they're a robot. It's different. Like, what the fuck is this? Also, you're 17? What parents out there are like, hey honey, you turned 17, what do you want for your birthday? I want a sex robot. And they're like, alright, she wants a sex robot, we're gonna get her a sex robot. Like, what the fuck? Excuse me? Get me out of here. Yeah, let's go to something. Oh, hold on. I didn't even read. What do we say? Being only with Lilum can be tiring, though. True. Have you spoken with Dorothy? She fucking... Oh my god. I feel like I need a nap after every conversation with her. Wearing socks with sandals in public is now a crime. By Lana Smithy. I like to say we have the freedom to wear whatever we like in the streets of Glitch City, so long as we adhere to decency rules. However, that's about to change. Glitch City's Department of Public Decency has declared that wearing socks and sandals together is a punishable crime. If convicted, the guilty face 3 days in jail as punishment for using that abominable combo. What do you think? Should we wear whatever we want, or should the fashion police of high society decide for you? Whatever the case, I think I'll simply stick to the right side of the battle. Goodbye, socks and sandals. Hear me out. This is, why would you put quotation marks here? This is literal fashion police. Like, this is actually fashion, like, not even like, oh, the fashion, this is literally the fashion police. I'm not trying to say that I'm out here wearing socks and sandals, all right? I do think it's highly weird. And in fact, I don't even remember the last time I've seen someone wear socks and sandals in the real world. Like, you see images, right? You see the memes. I don't think that counts, right? Going outside, touching some grass, and I've never seen a man or a woman or a person wearing socks and sandals in, like, maybe ever. I can't remember it, and I feel like that would stick out to me, because I'd be like, you go out in public like this? Like, hello? Excuse me? Gods be praised, first silly law I'm all in for. I don't know if we should be jailing people for 3 days just because they want to wear socks with sandals. That seems a little extreme, and also a very bad use of jail space and funds. However, funny, socks and sandals bad. BTC closing 40% of its bars in Glitch City by Lana Smithy. The British Trademark Council is facing some economic troubles in Glitch City, and it looks like they're on their way out. Blaming rising inflation rates and a weak currency, the BTC has given the order to disband almost half of its recreational businesses in the city. We can't keep doing business like this. Glitch City has a negative impact on our earnings, and we can't continue in the red, a PR representative told the Augmented Eye. Prime Minister Quincy, on the other hand, thinks the BTC is just too greedy. They make a lot of money already, and now they're crying because they can't have more? Give me a break. Oh, it's almost like every corporation or politician. They're like, I'm not making $1 billion anymore every year. I'm only making 995 million. I'm losing 5 million a year. And that's the press point they tell you. They're like, we're losing 5 million a year. That's welcome to spin doctoring. Oh yeah, this. Late to the party, Augmented Eye. Yeah. Anything from Kira Miki? Nope, nothing from her. You keep doing you, girl. Hope you're doing all right. Anywho, let's go to work. Let's walk to work and pray that we get a fat paycheck today, because yikes. Just forget the pain with our little bubble TV. Good evening. Hey. Okay, so we've got almost everything, but we're still missing a couple of things for Saturday. And so I designate you, Gillian Applegate. My brain melted at his last name, alleged last name. Gillian Applegate as official guy who goes to buy the rest of the stuff. Applegate? I have no idea who that is. Why me? I could send Jill, but I wouldn't dare send a lady by herself. And I could go with her, but I believe the bar should have at least 2 people in the vicinity at all times. You're not gonna say anything, Jill? If it means not being delivery girl, I'm happy to fake helplessness. Fine, give me the list. I'll be back sometime. Something tells me you're planning something, boss. What gives you that impression? Call it a gut feeling. Did you know Gil has a crush? What? A client of his. A girl that owns a bazaar. She's been coming on to him for ages, and he only just started opening up. But he's taking steps backwards, and I'm not gonna let him. He's opening up, for fuck's sake. And so the errands will take him to the bazaar, I take it. That's right. Huh. Alright then, to the office I go. As for me, set the jukebox, baby. Time to mix drinks and change lives. Kill with a crush. Huh. This place. Great. Oh, if it isn't... Yo, Kira Miki! I didn't recognize the color. It's been a minute. Excuse me, I needed to take a quick sip. Hey, Jill. Sorry, but is there anywhere I can hide? There's an unpleasant guy on my trail. Boss, stalked woman incoming. Doors open. Go ahead, doors to the left. Thanks. Is it Rad Shiba? Is that the stalker? Is it Rad Shiba? Hello there. Oh, hi there. The other one, that's the bathroom. Wait, what's the dog doing in the bathroom? Now, where did she... Oh, the hellhole. Perfect. Hey, kid, I'll have the usual. Right. Huh. You remembered me after 2 weeks. Mr. Donovan's usual drink, huh? I remember this. It's a big beer. Easy. We know beers, and we know how to make them big. 5, 6, 7, 8. Mix. I'm so good. Here. This seems right. The paper's been a mess lately. You'd think with all that's happening, they'd stay and do more reports. They're all asking for vacations, and I can't afford to be understaffed. So I had to come up with some sort of reward for whoever produces the most reports. I see no difference in my feed, though. Mr. Donovan, I don't mean to sound rude, but you do know the infamy of the augmented eye with the general public, right? A shitty page that will over-sensationalize anything and report useless things. Of course I know. Then why not try to rectify that image? To put it simply, I'm being clutched by the balls. In the non-pleasant way. Zaibatsu Corp. Zaibatsu Corp and company have an eye on every publication they haven't bought yet. Report on them once and they'll find something to fine you with. Twice and you'll find your resources severely cut. Anything beyond that, in the best case scenario, is they'll buy the damn operation to keep it quiet. I know there are more newsworthy things than whatever it is the lackeys picked out that week. But if I overstep, my ass is on the line. Huh. Glad to see this hellhole is still in one piece. The BTC's been going apeshit closing bars lately. Oh yeah, that. Yesterday they closed one that served as a key part of a drug trafficking ring. Holy shit. What the fuck? These places are just fronts, I guess. Though I do imagine a bar would be a pretty easy thing to, like, launder in, right? And also have other activities. I get it. And last week, they closed 3 small bars that served as illegal chicken restaurants. What the fuck? Illegal chicken restaurants? As in restaurants that serve chicken? That's illegal? Huh. Not to mention, there are like 100 people who have BTC certificates but never use them. Instead, they keep those credentials around to stop police from raiding their homes or warehouses. I don't know about you, but it's obvious to me that some restructuring will begin at the BTC after this whole thing. Man, shit ran deeper than I thought. And no news outlet talks about that. Yeah, probably because they'll get dunked on, like he said. He's like, you'll get fucking annihilated if you do. Alright, kid, let's try a moonblast now. Come again? Hey, even I have to break the routine from time to time. A moonblast? That's a new one from him. I mean, okay, no, this is kind of sugary. But, you know, I respect it. I too like to mix it up every now and then, right? I'm a pretty big creature of habit, I will say. I'm the type of person, I can go to the restaurant and order the same thing every single time, but you never know. Sometimes you want to kind of break out of that routine, try new things. Here. Let's see what the ruckus is all about. So, what brought you here? Oh, right. Didn't you see a Lilum coming in here? Blue hair, big tits. She's the one from the Encore concert coming up. Not really. Did she jump to the roof then? Why were you looking for her? Did you want an interview? Not really, just hitting on her. Oh my god. Hey, I said hitting on her, not hitting her. Stop glaring. How am I in the wrong just having weird sexual advances on women that they clearly don't want? It's not like I'm beating her, I'm just being creepy. It's not that bad. Like, what the fuck? Nobody is like this. No, actually, that's not true. There are people like this, unfortunately. Not gonna dive into that too much. Why, though? Are you that bored? Don't you have, like, a family or something? Have you seen that girl? Hot as tits! Also hot ass and tits. I'm suffering the weirdest combo of being hard as fuck and curious as shit right now. What, cause she's a Lilum? They're like, I don't get this. I wanna know just how detailed those king class CH-1A models are. Personally. And so you followed her. I've yet to meet a woman that can't resist the charms of Donovan D. Dawson. Hey, you're in front of one. And I'm guessing you have quite the selective memory. Or you just ignore the obvious signs that you're not wanted, and then everyone wants you. It's just that easy. The power of your own mind. You can shape your own perception. Like I said, don't you have like a family or something? A wife, but that woman cheats on me as much as I cheat on her. In fact, I'm pretty convinced she gets off on the thought of me cheating on her. Same, Jill. So that Lilim isn't here, huh? I'll have to find a busty enough replacement tonight or I'll explode. Hey, after you're done glaring, please serve me a pile driver. Yo, please? Right. Just give him a pile driver. Literally. He did say please, though. I don't think I've ever seen this man say please. That's a step in the right direction. All right? We can reform Mr. Donovan. Here. All right. Well, seeing as she's not here, I have no reason to stay. Maybe I'll find someone that looks a bit like her. The guy left. Oh, all right. Thanks for sheltering me, Dana. I hope your sister likes the video. No, thank you. Seems you had a hearty talk. Your boss is such a fun person. Her sister's a fan of mine, so I recorded a small video for her and took a couple of photos. How nice of you. It's nothing really, and she did hide me, so it's the least I could do. But, well, we're here already. Mind giving me something sweet? Sure. Miss Heidel wants something sweet. What do we got sweet? Let's go like non-alcoholic. I don't think she's feeling alcoholic right now. Seeing as how she just had to hide from a stalker, maybe we don't get blasted. Maybe like a sparkle star, that seems kind of up her alley, right? Right? Isn't that also like the name of one of her songs? Something kind of funny about that. There you go. Here. Thanks. So, do you know why Donovan was following you? I don't, but I wasn't in the mood to deal with him. His questions were a bit over the line last time, too. Not the worst I've dealt with, but I just didn't want to humor him. I see. Seems like he was just trying to come on to you. You don't say. Well, not like he'd have a chance anyways. I'm not into older guys, and I'm already committed to a relationship. Wait, you are? It's not common knowledge as the ones that hear it try to dismiss it as rumors, but I've been in a relationship with my producer for a while now. Really? We were both single, and that kind of stuff is bound to happen when you spend so much time together. But it all started when he read an entry I made in my blog about wanting to experience love and the like. Oh, I think I read this. Yeah, I remember this. This is kind of recent, right? He offered to help with that, and after he read it, I thought, sure, why not? I already know him well enough. It wouldn't hurt to try. How nice. He's a stick in the mud where planning is due, but he's a sweetheart otherwise. I see. You know, I've met two fans of yours lately. Really? Both of them seemed so excited when they were talking about you. It was amazing. I don't like the term fan too much. It strikes me as a bit pretentious, in my opinion. I have many fans doesn't sit so well. I like many people who like my music better. God, how are you so humble? What the fuck? A fan evokes an uglier and more pretentious image for me. Do you like what I do, Jill? Do you like my music? To be honest, I haven't had much exposure to your work, but the few things I've heard are really good. And not gonna lie, having talked to you, I feel like I would support you even if I didn't like it. So nice to hear. Hey, this will sound familiar, but do you have anything like tea? Let me see. Something tea-like. If I remember correctly, something bitter, but girly is fine too. Alright, so like bitter, girly, bitter, soft. It's just that easy. It's just that easy. On the rocks, blended. He's actually a genius. Here you go, this is kind of tea-like. It's tea-adjacent. Here. Yeah, this works. Hey, you're a King Class CH-1A, right? That I am. May I ask you something about your model? Sure. Are there any differences between you and a DFC-72? We both serve the same purpose, but the DFC-72s have a port on their heads, which makes them more versatile. What the fuck? What for what? What, are you hacking into the mainframe? Is it a charging port? It's a micro USB. I can just charge myself through it. My line lacks that or the resilience of the DT-01Ds, but we're a tad more polished elsewhere. More specifically, our voice emulators are more advanced and our movements are smoother. A trade-off for functionality and power for appearance, you could say. Ah, I see. So, anything new for this concert? Well, it is an encore, so we're trying to make it the same for those who couldn't go to the first one. But we always try to spice it up, like maybe with a surprise song or something. There was this one time I sang a cover of a song by B-Link. Of course, in return, they sang Your Love Is a Drug. Ah. So you know the B-Link girls? Really nice kids. You'd be surprised how different from their onstage personas they are. Really? Suzu, for example, can be really childish at times. She also laughs a lot, and loudly at that. Meanwhile, Aina is a party girl through and through. If they're not on tour, she spends her time partying like crazy. Huh, hard to believe. I mean, their image is that of stoic girls with little expression. Almost like living Victorian dolls or something. I hate that. I really don't like that. That is heavy, not cool. That is very creepy to me. Well, they wanted to pop out in the public. Yeah, I could see how that would pop out, right? They once told me, if we want people to notice us, we have to break the cutesy idol concept. And so they took the opposite route by becoming cool beauties with melancholic songs? I wouldn't say they went the opposite way. The opposite of cutesy idols would be unkempt, tone-deaf girls spewing vitriol and hate. True, I guess. Well, I've gotta go, but let's have a Sparkle Star first. Alright, a Sparkle Star for Miss Idol. We don't have to call her Miss Idol. She's Kira Miki, right? We're on those terms. Surely. Here. Sparkling. Well, it's always a pleasure, Jill. Please come again. Will do. Oh, the handsome bartender. Nice to see you. Boss, Gil's back. I'll take my break. All right. That was a very quick first half of the shift, let me tell you. Got some real care. I like seeing Kira Miki again. It's been a minute. She's a busy girl, so, you know, spending some time, even though she used it to take refuge from a creeper, Mr. Donovan. It's kind of nice. I passed the channel. Note to self, buy oil for that door. Was it really, really tough to open? Does it make a lot of... You can't leave me hanging here, game. Come on. All right, then. Gil, you're in my spot. Please? Oh, sorry. Also, you're cleaning one of Boss's chicken buckets. Did Boss ask you to do that? If I told you she did, would you believe me? Without a doubt. Let's go with that, then. Right. Greetings. Ah, Stella. What can I get you? I'll go with a Bleeding Jane today. Bleeding Jane for Stella. This is a little different, right? She normally goes for kind of like the Brandtini level stuff, if I remember correctly. Where we're breaking the mold. We blend this bad boy. I didn't look up Bloody Marys, man. I want to know the difference. Are Bloody Marys sobering or not? Are they alcoholic? Surely they are, right? Like, surely. Here you go. Thank you. What brought you here today? Waiting for Say? I came by myself, actually. I was in the area and stopped to say hi. Oh. It's pretty interesting, though. When I first saw you, I doubted you'd ever come here again. Well, this place is comfortable, I must admit. So quiet and secluded. It's also clean. Really clean. Gil's the one you can know that to. The guy takes pride in how clean he keeps things around here. If you ever need cleaning staff, he's a nice pick. Really? He's a bit out of it today, though. I see. Hey, Jill, have you heard the new gold rush in the city? Gold rush? Everyone's paying small fortunes to get their hands on pieces of white knight suits. I think I heard or read something about that, but I'm having doubts, so probably not. In any case, how is it a gold rush? Well, the tech behind the suits was always safely guarded, but after the events at the bank... After the events at the bank, the suits were remotely shut down, breaking many of them in the process. Many units dropped their armor right there and fled with that when the lynchings went on. Any white knights still stuck in their suit had to take the armor off manually to run away. It all happened in the middle of the lynchings, so they'd be sitting ducks if they didn't. Some weren't that lucky. They got beaten up while they weren't able to move. So between the suits becoming glorified paperweights and many white knights going on the run, there ended up being a lot of junk lying around. But the whole scientific community is rejoicing. Yeah, I'm sure they can take a look and see how these things were built, right? And what they do. They're on a race to reverse engineer the suits and take as much technology as possible from them. And of course, even single pieces of the armor fetch a high price these days. Could anyone see any profit from that research to justify those expenses? It's new tech, a whole new field ripe with patents just open for many. So I'd say yes. Huh. I mean, the BTC is literally a conglomerate built upon patents and trademarks. I can see how. There is one weird case, though. There's this guy named Jack. He's the captain of a very unique Blitzkrieg Corps unit. Unique? The guy had a really small unit, 5 people, including himself. The aesthetics of his unit's armor was heavily modified to the point that they looked like a squad of henshin heroes. What the fuck? Is this like some weird anime? Hen what? They looked really gaudy. Oh, Stella's a weeb. Oh no! Yo, Henshin Heroes is your next Genshin Impact. They just looked like gacha characters. One of them looked like Diluc. But it turned out that the guy actually broke through the software and disabled the remote switch. He has one of the few, if not the only, suits of armor with the OS intact. To say they're among the most wanted people would be an understatement. You know a lot about this. It's interesting, the amount of things you hear when dealing with drunk people and of all kinds in the same place. Yeah, true, honestly, same. It also helps to put on a front that makes people lower their guard. That should sound familiar to you. True. Wait. Here's a freebie, a fun fact. The failsafe was originally going to involve the armor blowing up and leaving no traces. But regulations and laws didn't allow that kind of technology near civilians. I guess even Zaibatsu Corps has its limits, huh? People love to demonize Zaibatsu Corps because, let's face it, they're far from innocent. But they're not evil overlords, they're just greedy. They're just a big corporation. They just so happen to have control over what tantamounts to a city-state. But corporations will naturally resort to draconian methods. I've heard horror stories from people outside the city about trying to use product placement. If you so much as hold a bottle the wrong way or get in the way of a logo, you'll be in for lots of trouble. And let's not start with theme parks or the like. Those are dystopias of their own. Then again, most of the demonization is due to Quincy being such a clown. Oh no! He has no power anyways. He's just the front that whatever council behind Zaibatsu Corps chose. He makes a fool of himself and the attention is taken away from whatever it is that Zaibatsu Corps is actually doing. Oh god, this is getting a little too real for me. Yeah. So what you're saying is that Glitch City is basically a huge theme park? I've called the White Knights glorified mall security in the past, so yeah. Huh. No, seriously, Hen what? Can I get a brandini here, please? Sure. Let's go for a brandini before you expose your weirdo, God, what's the word I'm looking for? Gotcha game taste. I'm not saying that if you like Genshin Impact, you're a weirdo, all right? It's just not my cup of tea. It's not also mutually exclusive. Who could say? Here. Thanks. So, I take it you're in a good mood today? Does it show? A bit. Well, yeah. I managed to nab a couple of tickets for the Kiramiki Encore concert. Nice. Oh, right. As it turns out, she was just here. Again? Sorry. Again? I can't believe I just missed her. I was surprised, too. I was more surprised she remembered my name, though. And like last time, she was quite the graceful client. Man, so those rumors about her being really nice in person were actually true? Amazing. I mean, you always want the famous people to be nice in real life. But having such backing to that claim, to hear that she's so nice to everyone, it's nice to hear, you know? In fact, so many think that's what made her famous so quickly. How she's so down to earth and totally accessible, making her someone everyone wants to root for. Ah, I see. Yeah, I mean, I guess you don't want to feel like you're supporting crappy people. Although, to be honest, I've never put much thought into that one. Hell, half the time I have no idea who made what I use, nor do I care much. Being a nice person will take you far, though. My daddy always insisted that being ruthless in the boardroom doesn't mean being an ass. And he has actually managed to get certain contracts over other more powerful people. All thanks to being a nice guy overall. Sounds like good advice. But more importantly, Daddy? Do you really believe me saying she was just here that easily? You're not the kind to lie about stuff like that, so sure. Thanks, I guess. That said, can you go to the concert so easily? What about security and the like? My dad always has a unit keeping an eye on me from a distance. And you'd be surprised at how easily I can disguise myself with just a different hairdo and a cap. It's like a freaking Marvel movie, dude. Oh, the Clark Kent Superman, you know, he wants to hide from everyone, just, you know, put on some glasses and a suit. Nobody knows he's Superman. No one knows. He could be anyone, really. Who could say? I see. I wonder if I could get in the disabled line with Sei and her wounds. Although she'll probably nag me about how she doesn't need it, and we shouldn't abuse that. Hey, can you give me a classic drink? Sure. So I want something classic now. Classic is a type. All right, good. I was making sure it wasn't like a flavor. I mean, beer, Bleeding Jane, and frothy water. Hear me out. What's the most expensive out of these? 200, 200, 150. All right, well, you know, let's go with the Bleeding Jane, all right? Something tells me Stella's not a beer type. I could be wrong. I think she actually ordered a beer at one point with Sei. But let's go for something. I didn't blend it. I'm a buffoon. Make sure you blend it, you actual idiot. It is sobering as well, so that kind of helps. Excuse me, I need a quick sip of water. Ugh. Sorry, my voice is a little shot. We're powering through, though. We're making it. Here. Thank you. I think you should know about this. About what? Sei, told me about your eye. That? Oh yeah, I knew. You did? Sei told me. I'm alright, don't worry. Still, that was quite the... I mean, damn. We all have our own share of painful stories. I might be just as shocked hearing something from you. I've gotten over it, but every time someone brings attention to my eye, it starts hurting. The tech in the replacement is good enough, but remembering it hurts a bit. A bit? You're gonna tell me that remembering having your eye gouged out by some psychopath only hurts a bit? Stella, come on. Let's be real here. Oh. Still, she also told you about that Virgilio guy, didn't she? You know him? Virgilio Armandio didn't net any results after digging deeper, but after digging deeper, we found another name. Timothy Mercury, branded traitor after killing a fellow White Knight, declared MIA. Seems like the guy knew how to hide himself. Yeah, and that's probably why he was hiding after murdering a White Knight who was, allegedly gouging out young girls' eyeballs and kicking others so hard they had ruptured organs. I'm just saying, that might be one of those situations where if I witnessed that, I'd be like, I don't know who shot that guy. Who could say how he died? It could have happened in any way, honestly. It is crazy. He just fell over dead. Who could say? What are you gonna do? At the very least, seek him to thank him. It's the least I can do. Oh. Wait. I just realized something's off with the whole tech gold rush story. What would it be? Wouldn't all that tech be patented anyway? I get trying to crack it in the first place, but... That would be true if the tech was patented in the first place. It isn't? Zaibatsu has been so paranoid about making the White Knights untouchable that they never patented anything. A patent would be in a database that someone could hack and retrieve valuable info from. Not to mention they've been using tech from other companies without any authorization. And no patent registry in their right mind would approve of that global shutdown signal. Let alone how it immobilized everyone still inside one of those suits. So the ones that were upholding the law did so using suits that are by all means illegal? Wow, I can't imagine anything like this happening. That's crazy. Who could foresee this? The irony runs deep, wouldn't you say? I do it though. When you have so much money, you start thinking you can screw around with the rules. All that power makes you think you're above every law there is. And the city is what happens when those with money start making the rules. I'm curious though, have you ever covered up any fuck-ups by using money? I think we've all done things we're not too proud of at some point of our lives. Well, Jill, I gotta go. Always a pleasure. Please come again. Ah, Alma. No hello? You're pretty insistent on that one, aren't you? It's basic courtesy, something I will fight to uphold. First the greetings stop, then saying please and thanks stops, and before you know it, boom! Total anarchy. You're exaggerating. Am not. In fact, I'll go through that door again and I expect you to properly greet me this time. Fine. Hello, Jill. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary, over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore. While I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. Quoth the Alma, nevermore. 'Tis some visitor, I muttered, tapping at my chamber door. Only this and nothing more. You overdid it! You totally overdid it! Quoth the bartender, I did not. So, you like poetry? I had a phase. Can I get you something? Let's start with a big cobalt velvet. I do want to say real quick, hold on. Oh, I'll get some quick water. I don't remember it very well, as was evident, but I got the timing right. I missed a phrase, but there was a time in my life, 8th grade, I remember it vividly. I had an assignment from my English teacher where everyone had to, oh, excuse me, as I just dropped my phone on my desk, I apologize. I had an assignment from my English teacher who said everyone in the class needed to go and find a poem that they liked, and they had to recite it in front of the entire class, right? And pretty much everyone that was in my class did not like poetry. They were all like, poetry's stupid, I hate it. So they just found the shortest poems they could and used that, right? However, I was that kid, and I said, I like poetry. Poetry's kind of cool. I can dig it. So I went and recited the entirety of that poem by Edgar Allan Poe in front of that class. And I'm sure every single kid in that room, I apologize to you now, Every other kid in that room probably hated me for it, but I did it. And I don't know why. It's not even like, I don't know. I thought I liked poetry. I was kind of a poser. I was like, yeah, I like poetry. I know 2 Edgar Allan Poe poems. And I don't know, to this day, like, I like reading poetry. It's not something I seek out, but it's kind of refreshing. It's like an art form that I can appreciate because I can't do. It's kind of like how I just like looking at paintings, like any real sort of painting. Because I can't paint or draw or anything like that. So I just like seeing it and seeing, you know, the things people come up with. It's cool. It's cool to me. Now, I don't typically dive too deep into it, and I'm like, what's the meaning behind this? And, you know, oh my god, the symbol. Like, I'm not that kind of guy. But I do like to just kind of appreciate it, right? Be like, someone put a lot of time and effort into this and a lot of thought. And that's cool. Big Cobalt Velvet for Alma. How'd I know that was coming up, that line? Thank you for buying a big drink as well. I don't know if I work directly on commission. I hope I do, because, man, I need some cash right now. Let me tell you. We are strapped for cash at the current juncture. Here. Thanks. Oh yeah, there's something I've been wondering about for a while. Does the name Shadowmaster 69's Chronicles ring any bells? Oh no, that is a terrible name. Shadowmaster 69. Oh my god, that's an Xbox Live name right there. Oh no, Jill, you've been outed. Wow, you went pale. No, that name doesn't ring any bells. May 22nd. Today my daily card readings told me that I'd meet great change, thanks to an old man. Oh my god. Card readings for the tarot. Oh no, we were in the tarot cards. Oh no. My biology teacher told me I had been picked for an inter-school contest with my latest essay. I just knew a scientific theory on the idea of auras was as revolutionary as I thought. Soon I'll bring the world into occult science singularity. Later entries don't seem to have gone that well, though. Mentions of being laughed at, being lectured on why the essay was wrong. Jill? I made sure to delete that blog. No evidence should be left. I can think of at least 6 different sources off the top of my head that all have that stuff archived. Why? Why? Sheesh, relax. It's not that bad. What do you mean it's not that bad? Don't you realize how embarrassing it all is? We've all been young, Jill. Relax. It's not like you're still like that nowadays. That would be embarrassing. True. Very true. It's okay to have some weird stuff in your past. Like I was talking about, my weird poser poetry phase, alright? That's fine. I admit that it was cringy and awkward and weird, and that's okay. And the fact that you can look back and be like, man, that was weird to me, that means you've grown as a person. That's a good thing. All those memes and jokes and people make about, you know, I lie awake at night being like that one stupid thing I said, that's a good thing. I genuinely feel like that's a good thing, because it means that you know that that was weird. You're still not like that, right? Gods, no. I gave up on the whole occult stuff. It's just that remembering all that stuff is... Ugh. I don't know. I like the way you looked. All dressed in black with the rare accessory popping out thanks to the colors. I mean, at least you had the decency to use makeup and take care of yourself. So you have a pick. Oh god, you have a fucking pick. Why do you do this to me? Why do you dig out the sins of my past? I was bored. Last Friday I had to take my mind off the whole Diana thing, so I ran a small background check on you. Simple stuff, just checking past internet activity. Please don't run background checks like that. I just used a search engine, you know? I didn't request documents or anything. What led you to the page? You do realize your main mail account everywhere is still the one you used back then, right? Like I said, relax. You were obsessed with occultism, I wanted to kiss all the boys. And I kinda almost accomplished that in middle school, which still sort of haunts me today. Never underestimate the lengths old classmates will go to track you down. Especially if they think you're still the girl that kissed them for fun and they're lonely to boot. We all have things we're not too proud of as adults. Ugh, now I know how criminals feel when evidence is used against them. I have to ask though, why the 69? It was supposed to be 6'9", not 69. Like, in reference to both the lovers and the hermit. Oh my god, Jill. Holy shit, Jill. I was convinced it meant wise choices. Jill, there's nobody that would read that as 6'9". I was 12 at the time. Even at 12, I fucking knew what a 69 was. Just how innocent were you back then? You have no idea. Well, let's sweeten things up a bit. I'll have a sugar rush. Sure. Sugar rush. Are they trendy now or something? Maybe, who could say? They're also hella easy to make, so let's go. We're not gonna go alcoholic today. I'm not feeling it. Here. This is the thing. Say, Alma, speaking of the past, what was your last long-term relationship like? That's sudden. You dug through my past. I've earned the right to dig through yours. Fine, fine. Long-lasting relationships, huh? Romantic ones, I'm guessing. Yup. Well, I've had about 4 boyfriends who I'd describe as such, that I've introduced to my family and all. The first one was in high school. I broke up with him because he cheated on me. Reasonable. Very good reason to do so. I remember the other girl trying to pick a fight and me just saying, keep the fucker. The second one was during my freshman year. I broke up with him after he thought it'd be funny to punch me in the arm. It starts with a friendly hit and before you know it, yeah, that's kind of weird. Define punch in the arm, right? Are we talking like full on like force? Like, I don't know, kind of like a little like, I don't know what you describe as a friendly hit. Nothing that would cause any sort of pain. Like maybe like a little push, where it's kind of like you feint it, right? Like a little haha, like dad get 'em chant, but weaker than that. And I'm not saying that to just, you know, you shouldn't do that to your girlfriend or boyfriend or you shouldn't do that to any other people, right? Don't use physical violence. It's fucked up, right? But if it was just kind of like a put your fist on their put your fist on their arm and kind of push a little, you know, maybe they lean back a smidge, but obviously not enough to cause any sort of pain or discomfort. Just like a little haha, get 'em champ. But now that I'm thinking about it, that's kind of weird. Like, what's funny about that? Like, how is that? Where's the joke? Haha, I pretended to hit you. Like, I don't know. Now that I'm thinking about it, don't do that either. It's just not good. There's no good outcome. He starts with a friendly hit, and before you know it, Jesus Christ. I'm so sorry, Alma. Holy shit. Anyways, the other guy I met shortly after I dropped out. He was interested in marriage, but he wanted to get married after only half a year or so of knowing him. Big red flag. Oh, big red flag. You should wait a good while before you want to get hitched permanently, all right? Just saying, you should milk your free trial dating period before you make the commitment, in my opinion. And then there's Richard. Who? I spent almost 4 years with him. We got along pretty well. We had awesome chemistry. I truly loved him. But as time went by, there was a rift that started separating us. He just didn't like my family. He didn't? Moreover, he wasn't a family person. He distanced himself from his own and voiced that he didn't want kids. There was a part of me that wanted to believe, even if just for a little bit, that maybe he'd change his mind. But as much as I loved him, that one detail brought a growing gap between us. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Hold on, I need another sip before we dive into this. Don't try to change people. You can't change people, all right? There is no, oh, he's rough around the edges, but I'll fix him. Or, oh, there's this one weird thing about her, but no. No, you can't change people. It's just not how it is. You gotta just try again. I'm sorry. Like, if it's so much of a deal that you think you want to change that in someone, you can't change it. You need to move on, all right? Like, it's too much of a battle. It's not worth it. people will regress into their old habits. You will just cause a rift or a gap like this because of it. It's not worth it. Just don't try. And at one point, I just had to break up with them. But I'm not here to depress you. Bring me a beer, will you? Sure. Let's get her a beer. Yeah, she fucking needs it after that. Holy shit. I'm so sorry, Alma. Damn, you've had a rough relationship life. Thanks for telling me that, by the way. Don't mention it. Okay, one more question and we're even. Wow, you really are embarrassed of that blog, huh? Sure, ask away. At what age did you get those implants in your boobs? Jill, I love you, and I know you're saying that in jest. But I've lived through so many rumors about me getting plastic surgery that I can't and won't take it as a joke. As such, in honoring our friendship, I'll just say this. They're real, and they're spectacular. Now ask the real question before I slap you. I'll grant you one and only one chance to call me by my full name as compensation then. I'll gladly take your offer. It's funny that you mentioned slapping because my real question was, why'd you get your hands chopped? Chopped? Well, there's a couple of reasons. The first is that I spend lots of time typing and these replacements help me avoid carpal tunnel syndrome. Oh. There's other utilities, like how I can interface with many devices. For example, there's a tiny computer embedded in my glasses. If I move my index finger, it acts like the computer's cursor. There's lots more, but they're small things that don't sound that impressive when I say it out loud. How'd your family take to the operation? They took it well enough, except for my mom. She freaked out for months. She even went to the hospital to ask for my hands. Oh my god. Some of y'all who know me know I really don't like hands. They freak me out. There's just something strange about them. But you can't, and I've gotten a lot of shit for that. You can't tell me that going to the hospital being like, I want my daughter's hands that she got surgically removed back, that's fucking weird. There's no world where that isn't weird as hell. Don't you miss them? Sometimes, but just during emotional moments. But as luck would have it, someone else has them. What the fuck? Shortly before my operation, there was an accident on the highway. One of the victims was this young lady whose right hand got completely crushed. I told them to check if we were compatible and all that. I mean, implants are not everyone's first choice if they can get a natural replacement. A bit of cosmetic treatment and it could pass off as her original hand with no problem. Last I heard, we were compatible and the family agreed to the donation. Aw, that's really sweet. I don't know what became of her, but I hope she's fine. And you didn't tell your mom about that? I didn't want her pestering the poor girl. Give me my daughter's hand back, you bitch! How dare you be in a car wreck? Like, what the fuck? So, are we cool now? Are we even now? Are we? You were pretty pissed about my comment regarding your boobs. Again, I'm sorry. It sounded a lot less rude in my head. Yeah, don't worry about that. Besides, I get to call you Julianne once. And now you don't. Why? You just called me by my full name. Are you serious? One chance and only one chance, and you just used it up. Damn it. Surprise! Hey, Alma, this might be a weird tangent, but do you believe in ghosts? Hey. Not particularly, no. I used Jill's voice for a moment there, excuse me. Although, there was this paper I read that was quite interesting. It proposed a scenario where nanomachine clusters would leave the body after death, and then acted as a collective hive mind through residual brainwaves. The result would be basically an image, not unlike a hologram. Of course, the hypothesis fell through because such nanomachine density is impossible in a body. Even 5% of the amount needed is enough to make the blood too dense for the heart. And it's not like the brain waves are potent enough to create those recreations. Still an interesting read, though. I see. Huh. Don't give me that look. It's not my fault that you convince yourself that you're crazy. Well, I'll leave you then. See you tomorrow. See ya. All done? I am. What about you, Gil? some reason that idol girl left him like that, it seems. You think? It might have been a while since he was out. True. Hey boss, you're a fan of wrestling, aren't you? I mean, you were a wrestler, so... That I am, yeah. Why? I was wondering, isn't wrestling fake? Aren't Twin Tails for little girls and teens with 8th grade syndrome? Holy shit! Yo! I love this, like, boss, isn't wrestling kind of fake? And she comes back for the jugular, dude. We go for the kill. Oh my lord. Dana doesn't fuck around. God, I love boss. Holy shit. 8th grade what? When you get down to it, wrestling is as real as a soap opera. I mean, you don't really expect a legal lawsuit to be fixing a ring, right? Sure, in my ideal world, you would solve legal problems through good old wrestling, but... No, seriously. 8th grade what? But you don't go around calling soap operas fake. It's a show. It just so happens to use fights as an expression. You might as well see it as a unique form of theater. Besides, considering the injuries many wrestlers suffer, it's not all fake. Yeah, that's very true. People get really fucked up wrestling. Huh, I didn't think about it that way. Sadly, I won't stand for anyone bad-mouthing wrestling. So now I have to go and break Gil's back to make you humble. Oh, well, wait, what? Come here, fuckboy! Fuckboy! 8th grade what? Poor Gil. Yo, we made rent! Let's go! We made rent, baby! Thank you. Who would have thought we'd get a bona fide idol in the bar? Oh my god, you were charged $10,000 for your rent. Have a nice day. You'll have a roof over her head for another month. This sense of relief will make sure she focuses at work. We have a roof over our head for another month. Yay! And on that note of Dana absolutely dunking on Gil for no reason other than to say, come here, fuckboy, which was pretty funny, I'm not gonna lie. That's what we're gonna call this episode. Thank you again for watching. As usual, there's a link in the description where you can pick up the game for yourself, give it a run through, do your own thing, make people drunk or not. I don't know, you've heard this 1,000 times by now. But I really do appreciate you watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day, or your night, or your week, weekend, summer. It's summer now, kind of the tail end of it. Have a good rest of one of those. Just be cool. And I hope you're doing well, all right? And I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.